Mike, Ray Halladay, perfect game the other day.
Pretty good.
Same time as the Stanley Cup. It was a lot to be watching if you're a Philadelphia fan. But what's interesting is he throws a perfect game. 2.5 weeks ago, Jimenez for the Colorado Rockies throws a no-hitter, both on Saturdays. Phillies the week before get one hit through 8 innings, a no-hitter by Daisuke Matsuzaka. There I go, get to say it again.
Nice.
And Dallas Braden for the Oakland A's on a Sunday, Mother's Day, throws a no-hitter. So we've had all these weekends with great pitching. That's an interesting thing. But I'm not going to say dominant pitching all through Major League Baseball, but we've had some. There's only been 20 perfect games in all baseball, and we've got 2 of them this year, right?
Right.
What's going on with Major League Baseball and the pitching right now?
I'm not sure what's going on, and obviously some of it is just quirky things that just happen to be happening. You know, some of it is defies explanation. But I do think that something interesting throughout the history of baseball, there's been as time passes, there's regression to the mean. In other words, the overall batting average in Major League Baseball is about the same now that it was 60, 70, 80 years ago, except that now there's fewer guys hitting. Nobody's hitting 400 and nobody's hitting 200. It's more compacted. And what's happening now with pitching in the major leagues seems to be the opposite of that, where it seems like the real stud pitchers are farther ahead of the pack than they were 5, 6, 7 years ago. Halladay, guys like this kid for Colorado who has just been unbelievable, Lincecum, and so on and so forth. These guys really are way ahead of everybody else, and that's the part that's interesting to me. And again, it's kind of like a theme of today's low post. I'm not sure I can explain it, but it's a strange thing.
You usually have all the answers, Mike. I'm very disappointed. Jimenez 10-1 with an ERA of 0.78. There's only 2 other pitchers that through May have done this. One of them was Juan Marichal. The other one was Walter Johnson. That's some great company right there.
Yeah, and those are in eras where it was much more possible. That's what I'm talking about. That's an excellent illustration. You don't see that in the offensive environment that we have today. It's harder to do than it was certainly in Juan Marichal's time.
We talk about eras. We just came through what we called a steroid era, and I think they're testing more carefully. And there's players that maybe aren't doing steroids. I think maybe pitching has caught up to some of these hitters that were taking steroids before. Not that pitchers weren't taking them also, but I think, and that could be a crazy thought, but right after this happened, and I started talking to some guys in the office Saturday night, and I said, look at what's happened with pitching this year. I wonder if guys not taking steroids or because they're testing it harder hasn't helped pitchers. Maybe.
It's as good an explanation as I can come up with.
I'm reaching, but
We've done that before.